Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm meadsyre69. Welcome back to another OP replay, and this time we have a T110E4. Yes, the E4 is not a tank that actually features that often in OP replays. People seem to struggle with the E4. It is a good tank, however, I've always thought it to be kind of a disappointment, especially going from the T30 up to the E4. And when you compare this tank to the E3, it is the E3 is far more superior than the E4 is. However, it all depends on how you play the tank. Now, I know the tank's got a lot of weak points. The turret is quite weak. Some parts of the turret is weak, and you've got the hatch on top that is also very, very weak. And people, I've been calling it for ages. I wish that the hatch on top had the same hatch as the E3. I do think it needs it, and I do think people will play more better with that hatch on top buff. However, you do not play this tank like a TD. If anyone plays this tank like a tank destroyer, you are 100% playing this tank wrong. Now, today we are watching Kachun92, and he's going to play absolutely brilliantly. Him and the Progetto whoever you pronounce that name, they actually do really, really well together. The E4, again, it can be a good tank. One of my highest ever damage games is in the E4, but that's playing it like a heavy. That is playing it like a heavy and not playing it like a tank destroyer. It can still perform. It's got an absolutely brilliant gun. The gun is amazing. It can pen just about anything that comes in front of it, but it is a very difficult tank to carry in. So far, he's done 2k damage, and to be honest, that's been quite easy damage. The tanks he's been shooting at have basically just sat in the open and let him shoot them. So he has got a bit of block damage there from the Object 268, I believe. So you can bounce shots. I mean, I'm not saying you can't bounce shots. I think that's on the turret there. I can't quite see. I think he bounced on the turret. So you can bounce shots, and I think the best thing with the E4, or one of the good things about the E4, is because that hatch is so weak, people tend to aim at that hatch quite a lot. So if you are moving, going sidewards, back to back, everything like front to back, sort of moving, people do actually aim at that hatch more often than not. So if you are moving, don't just, or if you're up against the enemy, don't make it easy for them. And there's the second bounce from the Object 268. So the armor profile can work on the tank. It can work, but it's, for me, I still think it needs a bit of a turret buff, and Wargaming did actually buff the tank not long ago, but I just don't think the buff is enough. So far our guy has done 4.2k damage, and as you've seen, he's bounced 1600 damage and a bit more there from the Chieftain Mark 6. So you can see the armor profile can work on the tank. It can, and yet again there. So this is probably one of the luckiest E4 games I've seen, because not many people actually bounce this much damage in an E4. In an E3, yes, I can understand the bounces, but in an E4, you don't often get this many bounces. So far, 2.4k damage. Now, our guy is up to 5.4k damage as well. Is he going to get another bounce? Yes, he is. So that is now 3,100 damage. It's a 2 versus 4. Fair play, there are a couple of tanks that are a one-shot, and him and the Progetto are both full hit points. So as long as they play it safe, unlike that shot, but I mean, that was a must. That was actually a good trade in my opinion. Taking a shot to clear the Object 268 was an absolute must. So if these guys work well together, I mean, I know the T100 was a 2-shot there, but again, 1 shot from the Progetto, 1 from the E4, and it does clear. Now, 5 kills. Is he going to be able to get the Rosani medal? Is the Progetto going to let him get 7 kills? Now, the 121B, unfortunately, the E4 did just take a shot and completely missed. He's now out of AP, which is going to haunt the E4, and I'll explain why when it comes to it. So again, another troll shot that just misses. That shot is also going to come back to haunt, because at the moment he's on 5 kills. He's done a great job. He's on 7,000 damage. The Progetto is still full hit points, so I can't see anything less than a win at this point in the game. But of course, because he is shooting APCR, he is doing less alpha than he would if he was shooting AP. And when I said that it's going to come back to haunt him, because look at his damage at the moment, 7,980. If he wouldn't have run out of AP pen, he would have done more alpha per shot, and he would have finished with over 8,000 damage. But nevertheless, he did absolutely fantastic. He bounced a lot of shots, and also the Progetto had a really good game. They both played really well together, and they deserved that victory. A 2 versus 4, they made it look easy. So I hope you enjoyed today's video, guys. That is the E4. I will be doing an up-to-date review on the E4, because it has been a long time since I've played the E4. Have I changed my mind on the tank? I mean, I did once say that this was one of the worst tier 10 tanks in the game, not because it's a rubbish tank, but all the other tanks in tier 10 I believed were stronger. Do I still have the same opinion? We'll find out when I do review the tank soon. But let me know your thoughts on the E4. Do you think it's balanced? I do think it's balanced. But let me know your thoughts. Does it need buffing, or is it perfectly acceptable the way the tank currently is? So I hope you enjoyed today's video, guys. I'm meadsy69, and I'll catch you all soon. Bye bye. With